You ever notice how most people don't actually have a money problem? They have a thinking problem. They say they want to be rich, but they don't have a reason strong enough to carry them through the struggle. And that's why they stay stuck. Because in life, especially when it comes to money, reasons come first, answers come second. Let me explain something that might hit you hard. Most people are walking around asking for answers. How do I make money? How do I invest? What's the best business? How do I get rich? But they're asking the wrong question first, because the real question is, why do I need to change my life? And if that why isn't strong, the answers won't matter. Think about it. You can give two people the exact same opportunity, the same strategy, the same information. One becomes wealthy, the other stays broke. Why? Because one had a reason, and the other just had curiosity. Curiosity makes you watch videos. Reasons make you take action. And action is the only thing that changes your financial life. I want you to picture this. There's a man, average job, average life, bills piling up. Every month he says, next month I'll start saving. Every year he says, one day I'll invest. But he never does. Why? Because nothing is forcing him to change. Now imagine something shifts. Maybe he loses his job. Maybe his family depends on him. Maybe he realizes he's getting older and time is running out. Suddenly, he doesn't need motivation anymore. He has a reason, and that reason becomes power. Now he wakes up earlier. Now he learns about money. Now he starts saving. Now he starts investing. Same man, same brain, same world, different reason. That's the difference between people who talk about success and people who actually build it. You see, money is not just about numbers, it's about pressure. It's about urgency. It's about emotional fuel. And if you don't have that fuel, you won't move. Let's be honest. You already know most of the answers. You know you should save money. You know you should avoid debt. You know you should invest. You know you should stop wasting money on things that don't matter. You don't lack information. You lack a reason strong enough to act on it. That's the truth most people avoid, because it's easier to say, I don't know how, than to admit, I'm not serious enough yet. But here's the reality. When your reason becomes strong enough, you will find the answers, not the other way around. Look at people who built wealth from nothing. They didn't start with perfect knowledge. They started with pain. They started with pressure. They started with a deep emotional reason to change their situation. Maybe they were tired of being broke. Maybe they were tired of seeing their parents struggle. Maybe they wanted freedom. Maybe they refused to live an average life. Whatever it was, it burned inside them. And that fire pushed them to learn, to fail, to try again, to keep going when others quit. That's what you need. Not another strategy, not another video, not another secret. You need a reason that makes quitting impossible. Because once you have that, you'll read books, you'll learn investing, you'll understand business, you'll manage your money better, you'll take risks, you'll grow. Answers will come naturally because your mind will start looking for them. Let me tell you something powerful. Your brain is like a search engine. If you type weak questions, you get weak results. If you ask, how can I avoid work? Your brain finds ways to stay comfortable. But if you ask, how can I build wealth no matter what? Your brain starts working differently. But even that question won't matter if there's no reason behind it. Because without a reason, you'll quit the moment things get hard. And they will get hard. Building wealth is not easy. Investing requires patience. Business requires risk. Saving requires discipline. You will feel uncomfortable. And in those moments, your reason is the only thing that will keep you going. Not motivation, not hype, not temporary excitement. Your reason. Think about people who wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Do you think they feel motivated every morning? No, they have a reason. And that reason is stronger than their excuses. Now let's bring this back to money. Why do you want to be rich? Really think about that. Not the surface answer. Not I want a car or I want a house. Go deeper. Do you want freedom? Do you want security? Do you want to take care of your family? Do you want to escape stress? Do you want control over your life? Because those reasons matter. Those are the things that create emotional energy. And emotional energy creates action. Let's say someone wants to invest in the stock market. If they're just interested, they'll watch a few videos, maybe try a little, then quit. But if they have a strong reason, like wanting to retire early or support their family, they'll study, they'll learn, they'll make mistakes and keep going. Same opportunity, different outcome, because reasons came first. This is why so many people fail financially. They jump straight to answers. What's the best investment? What business should I start? How do I make money online? But they skip the most important step, building a reason strong enough to carry them through the journey. And without that, they quit at the first sign of difficulty. Listen carefully. The world is full of answers. You can learn anything today, for free, on your phone, in minutes. But knowledge without action is useless, and action without reason is temporary. That's why you see people start and stop again and again. They don't lack intelligence. They lack purpose. Now imagine a different version of you, a version with a clear, powerful reason. You wake up with urgency. You think differently about money. You stop wasting time. You start making smarter decisions. Suddenly, saving money feels important. Investing feels necessary. Learning feels exciting because now it's not optional. It's personal. That's the shift. That's where transformation begins. Not when you find the perfect answer, but when you find a reason that makes you unstoppable. Let me give you a simple truth. Pain creates movement. Comfort creates delay. As long as you're comfortable, you'll keep saying later. Later I'll save. Later I'll invest. Later I'll change my life. But later is where dreams go to die, because later turns into years, and years turn into regret. And one day you wake up and realize you had time, but you didn't use it. That's the danger. That's why your reason needs to be strong. Now, not someday. Now. Because time is not waiting for you. Every day you delay is a day you could have been building something, learning something, growing something. And those small delays become big losses over time, financially and mentally. But here's the good news. You can change everything by changing one thing, your reason. You don't need a new strategy. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a decision. A decision that says, I'm done living like this. I'm done making excuses. I'm done waiting. And once you make that decision, everything starts to shift. Your habits, your mindset, your actions, and slowly your results. Because now you're not just looking for answers, you're chasing a purpose. And purpose creates persistence. Persistence creates progress. Progress creates results. That's how wealth is built. Not overnight, but over time, with consistency, driven by a reason that doesn't let you quit. So before you ask for another answer, ask yourself something more important. Why must I succeed? Why can't I stay the same? Why is change necessary for me? Sit with that. Think deeply. Because once you find that answer, everything else becomes easier. You won't need someone to push you. You won't need constant motivation. You'll move because you have to. And that's when everything changes. Remember this line for the rest of your life. Reasons come first. Answers come second. Not the other way around. So stop chasing answers for a moment and start building a reason so powerful that failure is no longer an option.